Are all the G20 nations going to adopt a Bitcoin strategic reserve? And if that happens, what will that do to the price? Probably send it up to 150 or 200K in a short amount of time. My name is Graham Elwood. You're watching the Bitcoin Vigilante. Support us right there. That's an on-chain wallet. You're supporting our show. There's other ways to support our show with fiat down here. You got to support indie media, guys. We're throttled. We've been censored. This is what it does. And look, if they go after Jimmy Kimmel, like they've been going after me for a while. And so they're like, me, Lee Camp, we've been censored for a long time. So, but this is what just came out. This was on Fox News. The head of Coinbase is talking about all these G20 nations are going to start doing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So when the United States passed that at the beginning of this year, what the United States did is it took the 195,000 plus Bitcoins that it has seized over the years and converted them into a strategic reserve, meaning they can't be sold, which one of the things that jumped the price up. And if other nations start doing this, then there's going to be a huge price shift. I mean, the price is going to go way, way up. Some people say it could go to 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, a million. So that's why this is very, very significant. So let's see what was said. This was Coinbase CEO was on Fox Business.
We also saw the United States of America now has a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So if the United States government is going to begin holding Bitcoin, I think that's going to be a massive driver of demand, and the rest of the G20 countries will probably follow suit. And then the last thing I'd say is that we saw recently the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs by a number of different firms, and Coinbase is actually powering 80% of the custody for those that are out there. But we're seeing a ton of institutional money continue to flow into Bitcoin now that these ETFs are live. So there's a lot of positive tailwinds for Bitcoin, and I think that there's never going to be more than 21 million Bitcoin ever made in the world, and lots of pools of capital still haven't gotten access to it. So that tells me this thing has a long way to run. We also saw the United States of America.
Okay. So there it is. Again, what thing I've been talking about on this show for 5 years is all the institutional money coming in, which is like, hedge funds, investment portfolios are putting a lot of money in. And what America, which is still the largest economy, that might be up for debate. Maybe China has a bigger economy, but making it a strategic reserve brings all this institutional money in, which is going to jump the price up. Right now, that price is a little bit down. It's at 112,000. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I've said there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin made. So every little piece of Bitcoin, you can buy as little as $10 of a Bitcoin. Each Bitcoin is split up into 100 million pieces or Satoshis. Any little amount of Bitcoin that you own, that's an amount of Bitcoin that a billionaire or a big company or a country cannot buy. And it empowers you financially. So if you're like, oh man, I should have bought it at 50 or 60K. Now it's 112. Don't think that way. Think when it's at 200K, I'm glad I bought in at 112. When it's at 400K, I'm glad I bought in at 112. So this is happening. You can go back. I have a Bitcoin playlist on my Graham Elwood YouTube channel. You can see all the predictions where when it was at 25K and I said it's going to triple in the next year. Now I was wrong. It quadrupled. But, this is happening. And one of the things I keep saying is when the institutional money keeps pouring into it, this is an opportunity. This is one of the only opportunities regular working class people are ever going to have to increase their wealth significantly, is buying Bitcoin specifically, not the altcoins. The altcoins are not decentralized. If your favorite altcoin has a CEO, it's not decentralized. So that's what's happening, guys. So like, share, subscribe, support our show, and then you can support it down there as well. Also, if you are new to Bitcoin, and you're like, Graham, where do I start? I would recommend going to swanbitcoin.com because they are a Bitcoin only exchange. And if you, I'll get the link and put it up here. If you buy $100 worth using this affiliate code, you get $10 in Bitcoin and I get $10. So you're helping the show and you're getting $10 in free Bitcoin. So your $100 investment immediately becomes an $110. You immediately get a 10% return on your investment immediately. And again, now's a good time to buy. And you're supporting our show. And you're supporting a Bitcoin only exchange. I have to do business on some of the other exchanges because I get paid in certain ways and I have to, use them. And Swan Bitcoin also educates its customers on self-custody, meaning getting it off an exchange and getting into cold storage. They have a YouTube channel, so check that out. So follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, stack sats, and shave your knuckles for justice. Thanks for watching, everybody.